Hey, 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 what's going on? What's going on? How's my sound? How's my sound? Mic check, mic check. All right, Jesse, man, long as you cool, man, I'm cool. What's going on, Katie? Dallas Cowboys talk was good. Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, um, real quick, I'm glad that we clinched the division. That was awesome. What's going on, Sheila? So what's going on, James? How about them Cowboys? That's what I'm saying. Um, it it wasn't the cleanest game that I would have liked. It look, this team is we really have to stop. The offensive play has got to get better. This up and down that we're going through right now, I'm happy that we won division, but if we're gonna do anything in the playoffs and make any type of noise in the playoffs, we've got to do better on offense. The defense can't come in this every week and do it for us. We have to make sure that we're doing what we need to do week after week, and that starts with Scott Linehan. Dak Prescott has to get better with his reads. He has to step up in the pocket. If it's not there, you got to get out of there. Period. Um, Sometimes throw the ball away because you don't want to take a sack for a 7-yard loss. What's going on, Cowboys face? That's fine, Keith. I mean, if that's how you feel, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It- again, I will say for my own team, we won't make it past the first round if we don't do what we need to do on offense. That's it is whether you're a fan or not. That's the truth of it. I got it from the real mute. I thought with the win that Philly is not going to the playoffs because I think Minnesota or Seattle may have that actual spot. So I don't. I think we're the only one in the division that made the playoffs. What's going on, Virginia's finest man? Hey, I know you all the way down there in Virginia. You're kind of far away, but you got to meet us one Sunday. You got to get down. You got to get up here one day. How far do I think we could go? We can go as far as our offense will take us. Now, our defense is definitely playing championship football. Again, you got our linebackers out there playing great. Even when Sean Lee's not playing, he's there with the linebackers, making sure that everything is going right on a basis. And I'm loving what Sean Lee is doing, helping out Ben Bloom with those linebackers. It's imperative that with the young Leighton Vander Esch that we have on this team, and with the emergence of Jalen Smith getting better and getting more confident from his crucial injury that he had, I'm looking at this team, and when you look at it on the defensive side, they are doing their thing. And the key thing right now, Chris Richard. Chris Richard is out there. Whenever they're on the sideline and these guys say if they messed up on a play or something happened, he's kneeling down right in front of those guys talking to them. You don't see that on the offense. When Dak Prescott goes on the side of the field, he's sitting there by himself. Kellen Moore's not saying anything. Hell, half the time Linehan is up in the booth, so he's not even down on the field talking to him. So I mean that right there is we just got to do better on offense. And if we're going to make it too deep into the playoffs, and first of all, before we even start thinking about Super Bowl, we have to think about the NFC Championship. We haven't won an NFC Championship in a long time as well, and that's first and foremost. You got to take it one step at a time. Now, if we can win the championship game, you're damn sure. Getting to the Super Bowl is right there. But my whole thing is you got to get there first, and Linehan has to do better with calling these plays. You're gonna have to whatever that you're doing in the regular season changes once the playoffs comes because everything gets turned up to 1,000. All teams are coming to play. Everybody's playing to win. You pretty much got to throw away your playbook because you got to come up with a whole new game plan. You have to be as unpredictable as possible because, again, this team is too predictable. We talked about this all the time. Every week, it's the same thing. And I know a lot of you guys sit on the couch and can sit here and watch what the Cowboys are doing on a daily basis and just basically saying, hey, I know what's going to happen on this play. We're sitting on the couch. We're not coaches. We're not players. We're not none of that. If we can see that, these defenses are going to manipulate that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Shout out to Katie Calls It. Welcome to the chat. Bro, I'm stoked. Yeah, Virginia's finest. I'm excited as well, man. Wonderful Christmas present. This is what I wanted. I wanted the Cowboys to gift me under the tree. This win. This win is big. You can probably rush your players next week, whatever they want to do. Um, let the backups play and do their thing. I'm worried about Zeke though. Yeah, and see, and I said this while the game was going on. It seems like they just keep punishing Zeke. It's like you keep running them and running them and running them. I understand that he is your focal point right now, but you got Rod Smith. They activated Darius Jackson. They could have put him in there on some screenplays and some things like that. You got to get creative with it. Like you can't just keep punishing Zeke like that. He hurt his ankle and stuff like that. You want him to be fresh for the playoffs, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to play him next week. You're welcome, Katie. Time to redeem Marcel. Yes, and I think we are playing against Seattle. I got to go look at the playoff tree and see after everybody wins this weekend and see where we're at with that. But if we do have to play Seattle, hopefully it's a home game because playing in CenturyLink ain't no joke. With all those fans and that cheering, and that volume goes up by 1,000 once you get to the playoffs because people are there and they're not playing. I mean, they love their Seattle Seahawks. Rod Smith's not a good backer. See, this is the thing about Rod Smith. He played well last year and the year before. I don't understand why this year he just hasn't. And you got to understand that, like, when you don't play that often, you're kind of rusty. When you just come in spot duty, you're not really – you got to get into a groove. So he's going to have to get a couple of plays in before he, because he's rusty. He hasn't really played because he doesn't – with Ezekiel Elliott out there most of the time, he doesn't get a chance to play. And I'm going to tell you this. If we play Rod Smith next week, which, if they sit Zeke, I think that'll be beneficial for Rod because then he can get into a groove. And once he gets into that groove, again, we played him more in 2016 and last year. You look at he was making plays. He's the same guy. It's not like he just forgot how to run the playbook. You just got to look at it like this. When you get more reps, you get into a groove. When you're rusty, that's when you start making mistakes. What up, Buddy Johnson? Yes, how about them Cowboys? Yes, I'm loving it. That 27-20 win. Well, we got gypped. What was with that play? Delay a game on a defense? I've never heard of that. And I feel like these refs, they go into the playbook and they go like this. They're like, they go into the rule book, I'm saying, for the NFL. And they're like, oh, we're gonna officiate the Cowboys game this week. We're gonna go look at here. All right. They're gonna go call plays that's in the playbook because apparently it's in the rules of the NFL. I didn't know that, but because I had never seen no team ever get called for that. A defensive delay of the game. First of all, you're allowed to shift on the line, long as you're not moving past that neutral zone and encroaching. You can move left to right, and that's that right there. That pissed me off because that put them in red zone position, and they were able to punch the ball in. If you looked at my last video that I did last night on the matchups, I predicted 27-13. Now, if it would have stayed at that, I was like, when I saw that was the exact score, I was like, I told Mark when we were at the restaurant, I said, if it stays at this score, I'm like, yeah, I finally won a prediction, but it is what it is. We got gypped on that, but we still won, so that's all that matters. But you look at it like this: the refs, they Lord have mercy. Fire Linehan, yes. Yes, that is the conversation every week, every live stream, every video, every day. The thing about Tony Romo is making damn good money in the booth right now, and Tony Romo is not about to leave the booth making all that money. I think he makes like 10 mil. He's not coming to be an offensive coordinator or a coach for a team making 2 to 3, 5 mil and get crucified every week if they lose, because you already know if he starts losing or something happens, he doesn't want that. He likes being in the booth. He ain't got to worry about it. He doesn't have the game plan. He ain't got to do nothing. All he has to do is study the teams that he's speaking about, and that's it. And he goes home with his kids every week. He ain't got to worry about no back issues, none of that. And that's what it is. Now, we do need to fire Linehan. I don't know what Linehan's doing. I don't know if he's got something against Jason Garrett, because Jason Garrett, he hired Jason Garrett back when they were with Miami. And all of a sudden now, I guess Jason Garrett felt like he owed it to him to be here. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. That whole situation just got me flabbergasted. But you look at quarterback situations, and we talk about ours all the time, and some of you guys that don't like Dak, which I understand. You that's your opinion. But look at the Eagles. Wentz is injured all the time, and Nick Foles is playing lights out. I feel like Nick Foles is over there playing better than Wentz is. But you look at the Dallas Cowboys, I feel like we complain about stuff that we don't need to. Dak is not a bad quarterback. Dak has way more wins than he has losses. I can't think of any other quarterback that's come in the league in his first 3 years and had as much success as Dak has. But Dak is going to get that grief. Why? Because he's the quarterback of America's team. And that's just what it is. And I love the way that he goes about it. He doesn't complain. He takes all that negative energy that people are sending to him. He doesn't push it to anybody else. He doesn't sit there and blame other people for his problems. He does what he does. And I can't do nothing but respect that. Is he perfect? No. Is any quarterback perfect? Hell no. But at the end of the day, that's our quarterback right now. And I'm a ride or die for him because I'm a Cowboy fan. He's our quarterback right now. But what I don't like is I'm seeing other things that's going on. And I'm like, there is no reason why he did this in 2016 and even 2017 and even in college. But then all of a sudden this year, things have changed. And again, I know the offensive line has something to do with that, with, first of all, Travis Frederick not playing. Again, he was the glue of that offensive line, and Travis Frederick has been sorely missed. Now, not taking nothing away from Joe Looney. Joe Looney has done a great job, playing that center position, but he's not Travis Frederick. And, those guys like that are generational guys. They don't come very often. We need to get rid of Roger Goodell. He's a Giants fan. Yeah, and see, the thing about Roger Goodell, there's nothing you can really do about that. He's the commissioner. Jerry Jones tried to get rid of him, and you see what they're doing to Dallas Cowboys right now. They are making our team suffer. There's a bias against the Cowboys. He's whatever, they got to deal with the devil or something because they're telling the refs to do certain things, and the refs are going against us. And it's like, even when we have a quote-unquote home field advantage, it's not really, because we're still getting stupid stuff called on us. But it is what it is. All the Cowboys got to do is to shut everybody up, is to play their game and play their hardest and win. That's all you got to do. Sean Lee for coach. Damn good at it. Now, I'm going to tell you, Sean Lee, I think, needs to be – I can see him being a defensive coordinator one day or a linebackers coach. I think that if he does retire after this season, I'm pretty sure they'll bring him back to assist Ben Bloom first. And, because they like their former players as coaches. And you see – what they've done with Leon Lett. The big cat has been an assistant line coach for a while here. And it seems like, Miles Austin was here. I think he left, though. But, we got Mark Colombo with the offensive line, and he's been doing a damn good job with those guys. Those guys like him. They respect him. And he knows how they play because not too long ago, was he not playing himself for the Dallas Cowboys when he was blocking for Tony Romo. But you just got to look at things from a broader perspective when it comes to these players and how they're reacting. You just got to pay attention. You can see it on the field. When you see their body language, when they're sitting on the bench, and if they're by themselves, and you got to look at what's going on. It's not just what's happening on the field. It's that stuff that goes on in the background that we're like, okay, when you look at that, then you can sit there and be like, it's something else going on with this team that this year, this season particularly, that's off, and we have to fix that. And like I said, if we're going to go deep into these playoffs, all that crap has to go out of the window. Linehan has to step his game up. He has to throw away that conservative nature, which I doubt that he's capable of doing that because he hasn't showed it at all. Cowboys do what? One trick play a year. Remember when Des Bryant was here and we did that trick play, and Dak Prescott tossed the ball off to Dez like Dez was going to do an end around. Dez ended up passing the ball to Jason Witten wide open for a touchdown. See, those things like that we do once in a blue moon. When we go for it and the punter fakes it and actually throws the ball, or runs the ball himself. Like, these are wrinkles that you have to add in a little bit more often. Exactly. Pass plays that take forever to develop. Yeah. And see, I don't understand. And a lot of times, even not just pass plays, but running plays too. They'll have Zeke 5 yards back behind Dak. And I'm like, by the time he runs up and you hand him the ball, the defense is right there. Sometimes you need to have him right beside you or right behind you or something like an I formation and get him in there and get those dirty yards. 4th and 1, 3rd and 1. You got to get those. You got to get that yardage. There's no reason for you to be hesitating like that. And then the same thing on the pass plays, like you said, them 5-yard dropbacks. 5-step drops. He needs to do 3 steps, pop, 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 get to the open receiver. Again, Amari Cooper being on this team, when you have him on the field, that slot that opens up. Cole Beasley should be open more often than not on that situation. You see in this game, they went to him 3 times in a row. And he almost scored a touchdown on that one play. Why haven't we gotten the ball to him before? Some of this stuff is ridiculous. And oh yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you guys being here. I know it's, you guys are Christmas. A lot of people are with family and things of that nature. So appreciate you guys coming and listening to me. Look, not just for that. He needs to be fired just in general because of what he's doing. Just being here, his whole being just irritates me right now on this team. Like, he may be a good guy, but I'm telling you, like, it's too conservative what he's doing right now. And shame on Jason Garrett for allowing that to happen. You're seeing what your coordinator is doing to your team day in and day out. I don't know at what point do you not. First of all, how many offensive coaches on this team right now have played quarterback themselves? I'll wait. What's going on, Gerard? You got Jason Garrett, which played for the Dallas Cowboys. He backed up Troy Aikman for some years, and he actually won a game when Troy Aikman was hurt, a championship game at that. So you look at Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett knows being what the underdog feels like. At what point do you not help your quarterback with mechanics? Scott Linehan, I believe he played quarterback at one point in time. Our tight ends coach, Nussmeier, he's a former quarterback. You look at all these damn quarterbacks that we have. Kellen Moore, quarterback. Like, why can't nobody help that with his mechanics, with little stuff, little things? It's not like we're asking you to change the way he plays. It's just small things that make a big difference. And you have all these quarterback-minded coaches on this team, and can't none of y'all do nothing? You know what? Guess what? All of y'all got to go. Get them out of there. It's not helping. Tyron Smith arm is a question. See, the thing with Tyron Smith, I don't know what's going on with him mentally, but I understand that, like, and I was saying this earlier, and somebody crapped on me about the whole mental and injuries. I look at it like this. When you're injured, that can mess up your mental because in your mind, you're thinking like, okay, I'm not 100%. I'm not confident in my arm or my ankle or my back to hold up against this 300-pound guy in front of me to punch him and block him out of the way. That also affects the mental. So whoever said that earlier, like, come on, man. Like, think about it. When you have injuries, it does affect your mental. Have you ever gotten hurt before and you tried to come back and run on it on your leg and you didn't feel like you were comfortable on it? That's a mental block. It's the same thing with playing football. Like, if he's holding, it's probably because the guy's passing him by and he's like, look, I don't want him to crush my quarterback. So maybe if I try to hold him just a little bit, maybe I can get away with it. And 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get away with it because the refs are always watching Dallas Cowboys. And when it comes to false starts and things of that nature, it happens. Every offensive lineman does it in the NFL. It happens. And the refs hate us. So it is what it is. Cowboys won was another bad game for the offense. Yeah, and like I said, with the offense, they definitely have to step it up. I don't care that Dak only had 161 yards passing because we won. And you look at what happened with the defense and Jalen Smith getting that scoop for the touchdown. You look at how we're playing as a whole. Long as Dak is getting the ball to people, and as long as, like I said, he ran it in for the touchdown himself. Linehan needs to allow him to do more things like that, because when you get down into the red zone, you got a triple threat. You can either run it with Zeke, you can either pass it out in the flat like they did with Michael Gallup on that one touchdown, and they have to worry about Dak Prescott too. The Colts game, Dak didn't attempt to run not one time, and that ain't because, and I guarantee you that wasn't because Dak didn't do it because he didn't want to. He did it because he was told not to. And again, I watch Linehan, and when he talks to the media, and some of the stuff that he said, he don't always give it to you straight. You got to kind of read in between the lines of what he's saying. But basically, we know that Linehan is the case in point and telling him what to do and what not to do. The whole thing with Amari Cooper, we would not have won that Eagles game if Amari Cooper didn't come to Dak and be like, you know what, screw what Linehan says. Please, bro, do this play. I'm confident that I can beat this guy. And he listened to his wide receiver. So I don't understand why they don't let Dak have the freedom to do some of these things sometimes. And I heard some people say that he's not capable. Well, that's bullshit, because we've seen him be capable of doing it. We've seen him do it before. My whole philosophy is, if I see you do it once, I know you can do it again. That's the bottom line. Yes, Michael Gallup is going to be a player. When I tell you that once he gets over his rookie season and once he gets used to the speed of the NFL and he gets more chemistry with Dak, he's going to be a threat. And that boy can fly. He can jump. Like, he reminds me of Dez with the way that he uses leverage to get the ball. That is what you want with your wide receiver, period. With him, Amari Cooper, and I don't know what's up with Allen Hurns. I don't know if they're not using him enough. I don't know what the deal is with that. I got to go back and actually watch film. I know he had a penalty called against him, and they sat him on the bench. But, you know, again, players make mistakes, but you can't sit here and crucify them the whole game because of that one penalty. If that's the case, everybody on the team makes penalties. You can't – the offensive line get penalties all the time. You can't stop them from playing. But I don't know. You ruin the player's confidence when you do that. Yes, Beasley did good, Sheila. And Beasley always does good. The problem is he's not getting the ball enough. And I said this before, with Beasley, you have to get him the ball. That slot position, those underneath plays, whenever you're at 2nd and 5, 3rd and 2, get that first down on those, because those are key short throws, right? Those are the short throws that you want. Amari getting double. And yeah, see, and that's good. If they double Amari, that means that Cole Beasley or your tight end, somebody's got to be open because somebody's getting double teamed. And if they're out there doubling them, you can get. I need them to get Zeke on more screens. Stop running him straight up the middle all the time when there's nothing there. If it's open, run them. RPOs, we do the RPOs, we do them, but we got to be a little smarter about how we utilize Zeke in this offense, because again, they're relying way too much on him rather than using him smart. And in my opinion, I think that you got to switch it up sometimes. And I know that run first is our identity, but you got to be creative with it. And I don't understand why Tavon should have been playing. I don't understand why they didn't have him out there too. Master, I agree with you. We win ugly, but we win when it counts. And that's fine in the regular season. But when you get to the playoffs, is what I'm just talking about, strictly playoffs. You have to step it up. You have to do things for your team to get better. And you have to make plays that make sense for the playoffs, because 9 times out of 10, when you're in a wild card round, you're playing against either somebody in your division or somebody in your conference that you played already that year. And they're already going to look at tape from before. So you need to show them a whole different look than they've even seen you do. And I just don't feel like, what scares me is I don't think that Scott Linehan has the ability to completely change what they're doing. But if we're going to win, that's what they're going to have to do, straight up. It's no way around that. I know, and I said the same thing about Amari Cooper quitting and stuff like that. Like, don't piss Amari Cooper off. I don't know what Linehan's doing, punishing him because he said whatever. So what? Linehan, stop being a punk. Go out there and do better. He's right. Dez was right. Bryce Butler was right. Allen Hurns was right. Cole Beasley was right. Amari was right. 5 receivers that was on your team said that. So get better. Get better. Gerard, yes. Must be fired. Katie, let's hit the like button for this great shit. Thanks, Katie. I appreciate the love. Everyone having a Amari Christmas. That's what I'm talking about. But unfortunately, I think Amari only had one catch this game. They didn't utilize him as much. I think that I need to go do some research on this. I need to talk to some people on the inside and try to figure out what the issue is with that, because none of this is making sense to me right now. It's really not. I just I don't I don't get it. Now, and what I said before about Jason Garrett, I think that Jason Garrett needs to again, what I and I've said this before, what I love about Jason Garrett is the fact that his way of talking to the players, his philosophy, they follow him. This team is still playing for their coach. But again, it is on Jason Garrett to make sure that Linehan is not sabotaging or doing things to hurt this offense that from the outside looking in, it just looks like you're purposely not making this team succeed, because there's no reason why we come out at halftime and we squander that whole drive and get a 3-and-out with not doing anything. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, there's plays out there to be had. You have been an offensive coordinator in this league and a coach for a while. Figure it out. Figure it out. I think the Eagles were eliminated. Were they not eliminated? I thought they were eliminated when we clinched the division. Yes, the defense saved us. The defense has always saved us this season. And a lot of our wins, you look at that. Now, Dak Prescott, I have to give him credit. He's had, 13 game-winning drives in his career so far, and that's pretty good for a 3-year guy. He doesn't have a losing season yet. We haven't had a losing season. We didn't go to the playoffs last year, but we damn near had the same record last year that we could potentially have this year. We'll definitely go 9-7 this year if we don't play none of our starters on next week against the Giants, because they may just go ahead and just let that loss be the loss because we already clinched, and just rest some players that need to be rested. Oh, Crawford. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this. Now, Tyrone Crawford getting injured early in the game with his neck, back, whatever the injury was. Hopefully, we'll find some information on what's going on with him. Hopefully, he's okay. You never want to see a player go down like that. That's a scary thing. He's been good for us all year. So we definitely going to need him going down the stretch, especially with David Irving not playing, whatever his case is. My biggest thing is Dak. Vern, I feel you. And that's both between Dak and the person catching the ball. Because if Dak throws the ball to you, and Dak has an issue with throwing the ball too high sometimes. I've noticed that. And sometimes he throws it to the ground. And I don't know if it's because the angle that he's at when the defensive guy is coming at him. I don't know what it is, but that's a part of his mechanics that has to get better. Yeah, Scott Linehan does a lot of lying. It is what it is. Dak is a beast when he runs the ball, and John, I agree. But again, the fact that he can run the ball and he can also kill you with passing the ball as well. I'm not saying that Dak is a bad passer. He's not the greatest accurate passer, but when you give him the opportunity to run and that, it's going to leave lanes open all day because the defense is trying to figure out, okay, do I have to stand out and wait for him to come so I can tackle the quarterback? Or is he going to dump it off to Zeke, or is he going to throw it deep? And again, you have to switch that up. You cannot keep doing the same thing over and over again. And again, whenever you got a quarterback that can do both like that, utilize it. Take a full advantage of it. My biggest gripe about the Dallas Cowboys over the last 5 to 6 years is the fact that we don't close out games. Close out these games. When we're ahead, the team gets out there and they get full of themselves, it seems like. It's like, hey, yeah, we up by 13 points, y'all. We can take off on this play. No, keep your foot on the gas. Take that team out. There ain't no mercy rule in football. Get your butt in check. Stay disciplined, stay focused, take that team out, and win the game. Period. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. Go Seahawks tonight. We need the Seahawks and Vikings to win out and keep the Eagles out of the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, I always listen to Rob Marinelli. I mean, the only reason why I even listen to Linehan and his, because I want to see what he's saying. I want to pay attention and see what and try to get a picture of what he's trying to say without saying it, if you know what I mean. I'm a big person on trying to read between the lines when they do interviews with players and coaches, because they're not going to give you everything. They're not going to tell the media everything. They're not going to do that. So you kind of got to just get out there and just kind of just figure it out. No, Dez is not playing. Dez is injured. Dez tore his Achilles. Yes, David, and again, yes, he did only run, once. But I thought he ran a couple of times. But either way, you're right. It's not enough. And again, I haven't trusted Linehan since before when we were when we had 3 wins. That was when I was like, I'm done. Yes, Michael Gallup will be a star, Vern. You are correct. Gerard, that one take full control of the offense. See, the thing about it is, Gerard, Dak wants to take complete control of this offense, but he doesn't have the experience yet to do that. And that's what I've been trying to explain to you guys, that he's still learning. He's still learning how to read defenses correctly. He's still learning. But the problem is his learning is taking a little slower time because of the simple fact that the coaches is not doing anything for him. They're not sitting down and talking to him and being like, look, this is what we need to do on this play. Why do you think that when Romo and Mark Sanchez was on this team, why he did so well in 2016? When he was on the sideline, who was right there? Mark Sanchez put his arm around him, was like, look, bro, this is what we need to do on this play. This is where you messed up. Let's try this. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have a player's coach there with him anymore. He needs that right now, just until he can get to the point where he don't need Linehan to call plays. Tony Romo was able to do that. Why? Tony Romo sat for 3.5, 4 seasons. Then his 4th season, he came out there, took over the reins after Quincy Carter got cut, and took over for Bledsoe. And he literally came out there and he did his thing. And over the time, he was able to play his game. And he had Bill Parcells as a coach. Bill Parcells was an amazing coach. He was on Tony Romo's ass. Our offensive coaches are soft as Q-tip cotton, and they're not doing those things with Dak. They're not talking to him stern. They're not talking to him nice. They're not mixing it up when they need to make sure that he succeeds. Bill Parcells was doing that, and Tony Romo had that. And that's why Tony Romo is the offensive and defensive-minded genius he is today. And I hope that we keep Beasley too, because again, a lot of people think that Beasley doesn't have a role on this team, but you look at what he did today. This is what you use Cole Beasley for. You use him on these short intermediate routes, and if you could get a chunk play out of it, yak all day, yards after catch. Get your yards after catch. But even if it's a 5-yard out with him, 9 times out of 10, you were already 3rd and 5, so you're going to get the first down. That's key. You got him, and then you switch it up and throw it deep to you got fast guys. You got Gallup. You got Amari Cooper out here. That's the best route runner on your team right now. So let's get it, y'all. We have the talent. Let's do it. Yeah, they should have kept Dez one more year, because Dez would have done very well under the what's his name? The damn wide receivers coach. God, I forgot his name. Hal. You know what I'm talking about. But this guy is supposed to be a route tree tech. He's supposed to be good at it. He's supposed to be good at teaching it to these guys. Cole Beasley said he learned so much more about running routes with their coordinator now. So I think that Dez would have done better with this guy. But, they were so quick to pull the trigger on that because, again, these coaches don't want these players to have voices. And I don't always necessarily believe that. I don't believe that Dez Bryant was so much of a problem. Yes, he was a passionate guy, some people took that the wrong way. They thought that he was trying to split up the locker room. I don't believe he was trying to do that. When Tony Romo got injured, he was backing up Dak. Des Bryant still loves the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones. He still says it today, even though he's technically a Saint. He says it all the time. I still respect Jerry. I still love my Cowboys. It is what it is. I mean, you know, but I wish him luck. I did. Yeah, I agree with that. It will, if Beasley does leave, it will suck for us, but whoever gets him will know how to use him. Because why? Cowboys do not know how to use their players. That guy's got to get it rid of the ball. He's on the ball. Joey, I agree that he needs to get. I mean, it's like a half second to a second gap in between. Like when he starts juking and stuttering and like stop hesitating, throw the ball. It's like he's second guessing himself. It's like somebody's in his head telling him like, "Don't throw that ball. You're gonna throw an interception." No, he has to. He literally has to go out there and do what he needs to do. And run that ball, period. A Beasley plus football equals win. You got that right. Yvonne, what's going on, girl? Wagwan. This game should have been a blowout. Yeah, and that goes back to what I said about keeping your foot on the gas. We don't close out teams. We don't. Well, that was the mantra of all last season? Fight, fight, fight. Ball, ball, ball. Do your job. These are all sayings that we haven't been doing lately. Like, now the defense is getting the ball. They're getting the turnover. They're doing what they need to be doing. Shout out to Jalen Smith today on getting that touchdown for the defense. Like, when your team is playing like that and when your defense is playing like that, the best thing you can do as an offense is win that time of possession, because the less your defense is on the team, the better they can become. Because if they're on the field too much, they're going to get tired, and the other team's offense is going to run all over. I don't know who they say. Yep, you got to get Amari involved. Amari is your number one receiver. There's no reason why he should ever be sitting on the bench. I don't know when Hearns gonna get no playing time. It's like when Hearns got that penalty today, they were like, "Go sit on the bench, bro." And I'm like, "You paying him $6 million? Stop playing around with these players and make them." Because Alan Hearns did make some noise when he was with Jacksonville, and Blake Bortles is not that great of a quarterback, and he was still making plays. So there's no reason why we can't. It's not like Alan Hearns sucked. So I don't understand what's going on with that. Yes, Linehan is definitely holding back the offense. And as long as he's the coordinator, I don't have faith in our offense getting too much better, because it's like he's playing around. He knows better. Because you look at when we played the Giants in week 2, when we threw that deep ball to Tavon on the first drive of the game. I know half of you guys were looking like, where the hell did that come from? Why didn't you do that before? Yeah, I'm glad that Tyrone is not seriously injured too. But I want to know exactly what happened. I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm going to find out, though. No, you said the Eagles are still alive. Well, whatever. But again, they got to get out of here too. I'm still trying to figure out about 98. Would you rather Dak get sacked or throw the interception? Would I rather throw the interception? I would rather him throw the ball out of. I already talked about that. What are you talking about? I said that if you see that you're about to get sacked, throw the ball away, because if you get sacked, that's lost yardage right there. So you don't want that. If you see the guy coming, throw the ball away. Jared Goff does it all the time. Throw the ball away. Now, if you're going to throw the ball deep, you may get a chance to get interceptions. But again, you got to take that chance sometimes, because when you're throwing deep, it's always 50-50. So that's what it is. Yes, thank God the Bucs gave us one. And I told you guys They will give you some gifts. It's Christmas, and they've been handing them out. Thank you, Tampa Bay. The Vikings and Seahawks need to win out to keep the Eagles out, or the Eagles need to lose next week, and they'll be eliminated. I don't see them losing to the Skins. I don't see them losing to the Skins either. Yep, so we need the Vikings and the Seahawks to win out. So I guess we're going to be Viking and Seahawks fans for this next game, huh? I hate to say that, but you said you'd rather we play the Eagles than the Seattle? I guess I could agree with that, but it seems like the Eagles are playing better with Nick Foles. You notice that? It's weird. I'd rather play the Eagles with Wentz. We play to win, not to lose. That's the problem. Exactly. You got. I mean, when you play too many times, the Dallas Cowboys, and I don't know if they're doing this on purpose or not, but they're allowing the other team to dictate what they're doing. Our offense is letting our defense dictate the other team's defense dictate what we're doing, and you cannot allow another team to dictate what you're doing. And I've said this before: you have to come out there, you have to play aggressive, you have to play your game, because you can't rely on other teams to do it for you. And look at where we are right now. We just said we're hoping Seattle and the Vikings win out so the Eagles could. If we would have won last week and this week, you got to look at it like this: our record would have been better. We would have had one more win on the schedule, and we wouldn't have had to worry about it. So at the end of the day, you got to do your job. You have to win. You have to put up, shut up, and that's it. Yeah, and I said that with this offense, I know a lot of people are afraid that we're going to be one and done. I don't want to be one and done. But like I said, if we're going to win, there's a lot of changes that have to be on offense. We have to come up with some, not necessarily trick plays, but we have to play better. We have to execute. The players have to execute better. The play caller has to be better. The offensive line has to block better. Everything has to come together for us to win in the playoffs, period. Dak needs Tony, too, as his ability coach. I'll be honest with you. Dak needs any veteran quarterback on this team that's in his ear that knows about how to play against defenses and better mechanics. The Cowboys had worked out Landry Jones, the backup quarterback that used to be with Pittsburgh. They worked him out earlier in the season, if you guys remember, but they never signed him. I don't know what happened with that. I think that if he had that guy there, I think that that's what he needs. He needs somebody in his ear after every series to, help him with some of the things that he's just learning. Definitely needs a quarterback coach. Nope, Tony is not walking through that door. He is not coming out of the booth. Now, say if his contract is up in the booth, maybe, but not right now. Yes, I believe Cole Beasley would be back. Now T. Will, that's probably one that's not coming back. You said they need to fire Linehan tomorrow morning, Kelly. I said this like weeks ago. They needed to fire him at halftime. If Romo would have played in the playoffs, Dak rookie Cowboys would have made the Super Bowl that year. I can't say whether we would have or not, John, but we definitely would have probably gone farther than what we did. I will agree with that. And I said that. I said it was Mark Sanchez, not Tony Romo. But still, with Tony Romo still being on the team, the fact that he was here and the fact that he has a great mind to, again, he's been where Dak was. And if for nothing else, he can show Dak how to better be the quarterback of this team. But I think but it was Mark Sanchez that was in Dak's ear most of the time. Because like I said, when he was on that sideline, Sanchez was right there talking to him. And I think that they should have kept Mark Sanchez just to be the backup. Now, I don't want Mark Sanchez ever playing, but I like him being there for Dak. Dez always crying for the ball would have been a negative impact on Amari. But look at it like this. Amari wants the ball too. Now, he's not as boisterous as Dez Bryant wants, but his body language shows, hey, you're not throwing me the ball. You're not even putting me in the game right now. And I feel like I don't want them to start frustrating with Amari, and then Amari talking about like, damn, I'm on this sorry ass team too. I want to be here. These in the future, man. Now I see why Dez won the ball in a handful. Exactly, Gerard. And you're starting to see the gripe that Dez Bryant had. It really wasn't as bad as you think, because a lot of stuff he was saying was true, but the team was trying to shut him up because they didn't want other teams trying to follow Dez because they knew that Dez was right. I don't know. This coaching staff is just. You said Bees is a future Patriot. No, he's not. That's a lie. Hey, Gary, Merry Christmas to you too, brother. God bless you as well. Byron Jones got school today. Hopefully that's announced. Look, Mike Evans is 6'5". He's 230 pounds. And he has over 1,300 yards as a receiver. I'm surprised he didn't make the Pro Bowl. He definitely got snubbed. That's a big boy. I don't think not many people that can contain him. But again, he didn't score, so that's a good thing. You said Mark would do a stream from a dentist if he could. He probably sure he has. Shout out to Mark Holmes. Yeah, that Mark that's in there, that's a fake. That's not the real Mark Holmes. Because Mark is like, I know what Mark is doing right now, so I know that's not him. Yes, Yvonne, what Guan? You said I'm rambling. It's a live stream. What do you want me to do? You guys are ridiculous. Why don't we go for max protect and go deep? And see, this is the thing. You have the players that can go deep. And I don't. This coaching staff says all the time they don't trust certain players. They don't trust certain situations. These are the players that you chose for your 53-man roster. What do you mean you don't trust them? That's what irritates me. How can you not trust the product that you put on the field? If you don't allow them to do it, you got to give them the opportunity to do it. Look at these tight ends. Look at Blake Jarwin. Look at Dalton Schultz. You give them the ball, you give them the opportunity to do something. Now you can see that they're actually doing something. And again, all of a sudden it's like, oh, we got tight ends that can actually catch the ball. Yeah, they could do that. But you just weren't throwing them the ball. What's going on, Stevie Mac? Where you been at, man? You said Jerry Jones pulled up Mike Zimmer? Yeah. Yeah, the Saints won. Yeah, no surprise there. What the hell? I think we got a fake mark in here. Do I think that we could beat Seattle even if it's here or at home? I think we can because we've done it before. Seattle has been up and down too, but again, Russell Wilson has got that. He's put that team on his back, and they know how to play when it comes to playoff time. And their defense, they got a whole new set of young players, and they've been doing a damn thing over there too. So I think that we can, but we got to stay focused. We got to stop having so many penalties, and we have to play our game. T. Will had a bad rap when they had Dez as number one. T. Will flourished, came up with huge catches. And see, one thing about T. Will, and I love T. Will, before his accident, before all that stuff happened, I always said, and I said earlier way back in my old videos about T. Will, I was basically saying that, like, not only just as catching the ball in clutch times, but he was great at, blocking when he didn't have the ball. Whenever Zeke got to that second level, he was one of the blockers blocking off of that. Whenever Dez Bryant had long runs, he was one of the ones blocking on that. Cole Beasley, he was blocking on that. Like, I mean, T. Will definitely served his purpose, but I just think the team is just done with him. Yes, we went. You know why we went deep against the Eagles? Because that play wasn't called by Linehan. Those plays are the ones that I told you that Amari Cooper came to Dak and said, screw what Linehan doing right now. I see something right here, and I see what this guy's doing. He's playing on it. He's playing inside. I can do a little fake and get out and get that touchdown, and it's going to be green in front of me. So, and that's what Amari told Dak. He's like, give me the ball on the post. And that's what he did. He gave him the ball, and it was a touchdown both times. That's the reason why they didn't go deep. Because Linehan, whenever you see them going deep, 9 times out of 10, that's something that Dak did. That wasn't Linehan. Yeah, Joey, that defensive delay of game definitely was some bullshit. Like matter of fact, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go find these the NFL rules, and I'm gonna look through that, and again, somebody said it was in the book, and I'm not doubting that, but the problem is nobody calls that because you are allowed to move left and right laterally on the defensive line, as long as you're not moving forward in front of that neutral zone. Period. What's going on, Jim? Peace, man. Brandon said, "Go Redskins." Really, bro? Really? Y'all lost. You guys are down. What's good, Pat? How about them Cowboys, bro? NFC champs. That's right. Linehan holding Amari back. You know he holding Dak back. I keep trying to tell y'all, just like Steven, you said it. Linehan is handcuffing the hell out of this offense, man. My Cowboys family. What are you talking about? Well, I don't know it as hell because Amari is the type of dude. Once you start doing what Linehan is doing, he checks out. Yeah, and I feel like Amari is about to check out. They gotta fix that. That's some negative BS, and I'm not with that, man. I'm just it frustrates me too. Like every day, I'm just like, God, can we just get rid of this guy and get somebody else in here? Crawford's test came back negative. I think he just got hit in a really awkward way. I believe that, Stevie Mack. I think he's going to be all right. But I'm pretty sure they're going to rest him. They're not going to – even if he does play the Giants game next week, they're probably going to limit his snaps. That one against Randy was horrible. Yes. Come on, man. Like he was going for the sack. But, it is what it is. I don't know if they see what they are doing with Amari. We can't have him check out. We sure can't have him check out. We cannot have Amari Cooper checking out, y'all. And that, I'm just gonna pray on that because ain't nothing else I can do. As a fan, I could talk about it all day. I ain't got Jerry Jones' number. I can't just call him up and be like, bro, what the hell is y'all doing? Sometimes I just want to say that. I just want to just be like, what in the world are y'all doing with this team? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, we got to get better. We have got to get better. Are we saving Tavon for the playoffs? Brandon, I think so. He wants the Redskins to beat the to beat the Eagles. Well, I don't think that the Redskins are capable of beating the Eagles right now. Especially if Foles is playing, because Foles is playing better than Wentz ever did. Right, you did when you're in the booth, man. I guess you could see it from a higher level, but you're missing stuff because you're not right there talking to these guys right there. DJ Khaled's a troll. Yeah, it's a lot of trolls, man. They better not be saving. You can't save Amari for the playoffs. He's scored 6 touchdowns for you. Like, play him now. Like, I don't want to hear none of that saving crap. That's a bunch of bull. We need new plays because other teams can read our plays because we're going to focus in. Yvonne, and I've been saying this all season long. Like, we do the same thing over and over. Even Amari Cooper said, they got me running 2 routes. 2 routes. When you see Amari Cooper getting out on these guys, that's him doing that himself. He is just, you got a great route runner. You just gave away a first-round pick for this guy. Play him. Play that man till his tongue is hanging out. I don't want to see Amari on the sideline at crucial times of the game. Only time I want him on the sideline is when you have a series where you're up or you're doing something or it's not a crucial moment, but just so he could get a breather. But outside of that, his ass need to be out there running, period. Just don't understand it. No, happy holidays to you, Dallas Die Hard. Mike White should play against Giants. I mean, they'll probably play Cooper Rush though, and they might play both of them. Who knows? I don't know. And Joey, the reason why they're not audibling is because Linehan is telling Dak, "I do not want you to check out of any of my plays," and that's clear. That's clear as day that he's telling him that. If we go one and done, do you think they fire Garrett? If we go one and done, they're definitely going to fire Linehan. I don't know about Garrett. I think they'll try. What they'll do is Jerry Jones will be like, I still like Garrett because we still made it to the playoffs. So the coach is still here. So this was going to happen. They're not going to fire Garrett, and I'm going to tell you why. It's what I just said. Because Garrett has still won with this team and made it to the playoffs, and because the team is still playing for Garrett. I don't think that Jerry Jones would fire Garrett unless the team just stops playing for this coaching staff. That's the only time that you see that. That freaking hit laid on Humphrey wearing a diaper. Look, Stevie Mac, that hit was, to me, it was legal. It was shoulder. It was no helmet. They just can't take a hit, bro. It is what it is. They've been attacking our defense all year because it's hate. They don't like us, man. It is what it is. We need more offensive minded coaches, creative coaches. We are one and done. Shades of blue. I've been saying that all season, bro. What's with these fake accounts in here, y'all? These trolls are ridiculous. Stop it right now, yo. Like, seriously, I'm not with it. Linehan needs to go. Amari needs to get all this. Yes. Get him in there. Get him in there. Hope our Cowboys bring the pain to play. Hey, Pat, man, way to be optimistic. And I'm with you. And I just hope that we can figure out something. But I don't have faith in Linehan. I just don't. I don't have faith in him. And the thing that frustrates me is because we got so much talent on this team that's being wasted week in, week out, year in, year out. You're about to waste a perfectly good young quarterback that has more wins than he has losses, has not had a losing season in the NFL yet. Yes, he has issues because he's still young and still learning. I think Dak can be a great quarterback someday if he has the right person coaching him. But the coaches that we have right now, go Bears. Yeah, the Bears doing good. Their defense is just as good as the Cowboys defense right now, and their defense is playing. And again, they got some better coordinators over there. But it is what it is. That's a fake My Cowboys family account. Someone has no life. Yeah, I know it's a fake one because I know who My Cowboys family is, and he wouldn't say nothing like that. So that's why I kind of ignored them. Yeah, and Gerard, you're right. Cooper is unstoppable. But again, you can't be unstoppable if you're not playing. So they need to get him out there. Yeah, trolls need to go. If any moderators out there, if you guys see any trolls, feel free to block them because I can't see everyone right now. Right. You call Amari Cooper. You're right about that, Lindell. You call Amari Cooper's old college coach. You ask him how to use him, but you don't do it. You're absolutely right. Again, this coaching staff does not know what the hell they are doing. Period. Rico Gathers needs touches. Yes. End zone, red zone, back shoulder fade. Do some of the things we used to do with Dez Bryant. Throw the ball up where the kids can't get to it. He's 6'8", has a 71, 72-inch wingspan. Throw that ball up. Come on, man. Like, this is not rocket science. You see that. I see that. Let's do it. It's simple. It was a good win for them, but now it's time to focus on the next game. The Giants. Yes. Now let's focus. I'm ready for the playoffs. I'm not even worried about the Giants because they're probably not even going to play everybody for the Giants. They might just lose that game just to lose it. Aloha from Hawaii. Yes. What's going on, Ross? Appreciate the love all the way from shout out to Ross, man, from all the way out in Hawaii. I appreciate the love, man. I do. Let's see. Jerry Jones definitely needs to address Linehan. The problem is, I don't think he will. That's the issue. You're not giving your offense the chance of being great. You're not giving your opportunity to do the things. We criticize Rod Smith, like somebody said on here. Yes, and you can criticize all day, and I agree with the criticism. But if you're not playing them and getting them to a groove, they can't succeed because you're killing Zeke and you're killing these plays. You cannot rely on just Cooper or Zeke in this offense. Dak has to get these other guys involved. You got Cole Beasley. Use Rico. You have big tight ends. Use them. All three of your tight ends are big guys. Use them. Use them to your advantage. Tavon should be injury-free right now. Get him in the game. Stop trying to save players for playoffs. Let's get to the playoffs first. Yes, we clinched the division today, but play them. Why are you not doing it? They activated Darius Jackson. I didn't see him get one snap in the game. He dressed. What's up with that? I think Garrett would be and look better without the incompetent coaches. Linehan and Moore, they suck. Yvonne, exactly. I agree. Now, Dak still had a good game. Yeah, and again, Dak, for the most part, outside of that Colts game, he does have a decent game. Dak does make mistakes. He fumbles the ball sometimes. But sometimes you got to give that defense on those other teams credit. They get paid just like the Cowboys do, and they're professional players. So, you know, the Colts, you got to give the Colts a hand clap for that because they shut out the Cowboys and they did a good job. But again, it's any given Sunday. The Giants almost beat the Colts, and we beat the Giants. So it's like, again, I'm glad that they won a division because you did not want to go to Giants next week and have them control your destiny for the playoffs. So I'm glad that they did their due diligence and got with it and won the division today. Problem is Dallas has not committed to that. So he can't demand any changes and lack of respect by the coach staff, and they believe it. Yeah, I agree with that, Keefe. I so hardly believe that, and I'm glad you brought that up. They are not completely. I think the only person on this team is the owner. The owner, Jerry Jones, is the only one that is completely into Dak right now. I don't know why these coaches are not there. You know he's a young guy. You knew that you picked him in the 4th round. You knew that he wasn't ready to be a starter. But because of injuries, he had to go in there. And to me, he hasn't done a bad job. It's not like we were 2-14. I can see if we bombed the whole season, then okay, he's not the right quarterback. But the fact that Dak has won games for us and the fact that he hasn't had a losing season yet, you got to give a young boy credit. Again, I speak all day about his problems. We all know that. But saying Dak sucks is not valid, y'all. It's not. And those of you that are saying that, and if you're a Cowboy fan saying that, I say shame on you. And I'm not ishing on you for having an opinion. You can have an opinion all day, but I'm just speaking facts. You got to look at what he's doing. Look at what he's doing right now. If he was not able to do this, he wouldn't be the starter of the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, they would have went another way a long time ago. So them not having confidence is ridiculous. From 3-5 to NFC champs. Now that's one heck of a turnaround. Yes, now it is one heck of a turnaround. It is. and some of those games, Dak led the team on a drive, even when the defense didn't play as well. Shannock, what's going on? Shout out to Shannock. Oh, you was walking your 2 Akitas. Oh, you got Japanese Akitas? Those are some big dogs. You got 2 of them? Woo! I got one Mastiff that's 92 pounds, and she is Coco. She is yeah. She's a handful, just her by herself. Why ain't Tavon Austin playing? Your guess is as good as mine now. Lindell. They should let Rico Gallows get more snaps. Come here, girl. Get more snaps. Yeah, and again, I agree. They need to let him get more snaps. Hey, Coco. They let him get more snaps. He needs more snaps. The water boy is probably better at calling plays than Linehan. Hey, Steve, you're probably right about that. I don't know who the water boy is, but I need to get him out there and do something. Is it okay to criticize Dak here? Yeah, Frank, you can criticize Dak all you want to. I criticize him too. But I'm just only thing that I was just saying about Dak, you're more than welcome to criticize him. But what I don't like is when everybody just keeps saying he sucks without coming with a valid reason of why he sucks. At the end of the day, you look at his stats don't represent somebody that sucks. That's all I'm saying. I criticize him all the time. I know what Dak is not good at, and Dak has to get better, and I believe that he will, because he's playing his heart out. He's doing what he can do. He's the leader of this team. I love his focus. I love the fact that he doesn't give up, and that's first and foremost. Above all, before any athletic skill or anything of that nature, you want your quarterback to be a leader, and you want him to be the guy that you can trust. And I think that I could trust that when it comes to that. But again, I will criticize some of his play because he hasn't been the greatest. But again, he's still learning, and I'm gonna give him that opportunity. I'm not gonna ish on him right now because of the simple fact that I think that if he had a better coach, I think that he would be better. Now, if a better coordinator comes in here and he still does the same thing and we don't see any progression, then I'll be with you on that train, and then he won't be the quarterback. But right now, he's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going to support him, and that's just where I'm at with it. Yeah, Joey, and again, he overthrows the ball. He does do that, and he has to get better. And that's all communication with your receivers. That's all that is. That can be worked on. Our red zone sucks right now. Pat, you ain't never lied. Yes, Ross, Pat, all we need to score more in the red zone. We do. When we need to pound the rock, we don't. When we don't need to pound the rock, we're running and we're getting 4-yard losses. So it's just all about reading the defense, and we got to get better at that, y'all. We do. You're right, Gerard. If they saying that, they don't know football, and I completely agree with that. But again, I'm not. Everybody's opinion is their opinion. I'm not gonna downplay anybody's opinion. My purpose of being a blogger, a YouTuber, content creator, whatever you guys call us, I'm here to not just entertain, but to show you guys that, like, from my football knowledge and the things that I've gone through and the things that I observe and I see, to just give a broader picture, a different perspective on things. You know, I don't speak from any type of biased situation because I'm not related to none of these players. Yes, Kayvon Frazier is one of my frat brothers, but again, when he messes up too, I criticize him all day because it is what it is. I've met him a couple of times. He's a cool dude. But I even got his autograph on one of my helmets over here too. But again, I don't have any bias to these players because I don't know them personally. So at the end of the day, if you're messing up, you're messing up. All I speak is the truth and what I know. I ain't got no reason to lie or hold anything up. But yes, we definitely do have to get better in the red zone. There's no reason with the talent that we have on this offense that we can't punch that ball in. We should try to trade Hearns and Tavon for picks. We'll have Cedric Wilson back next season, so we have enough depth at receiver. I don't know about that one. I want to see Tavon do a little bit more in this offense before I give up on him, because I think that he could be very valuable when healthy. So I see where you're going there. I get that, but I don't think I'm gonna jump on that just yet, DJ Cobbs. But I appreciate you saying that. But hold on to that, though, because you might have something there. But I don't know about them too. Maybe we can trade some other pieces that the Cowboys don't think that they need. But as far as them two, I think there's definitely a need for Allen Hurns. They just got to use him. They're not using him. And I think that right now, Allen Hurns is better than Cedric Wilson because he has much more experience, NFL experience, than Cedric does. Not saying that Cedric's not going to be the shit one day, because he can. And I think that Cedric will be very good. But right now, I'm not trying to give up on those two yet because I want to see what they can do with us. Because too many times we let players go and they go to other teams and we sitting there like, well, what the hell? Why we ain't get that? You look at what's that tight end? Eric Ebron. Perfect example. When Detroit drafted him, he didn't bust a grape there. He goes in Indianapolis Colts and he just fried us last week. So, and he had a stellar year. So again, you don't want to bite off on that one. If we fire Linehan, we score more points in the red zone. I hear you on that, Gerard. I do. Hey, Pat, my boy Gallup is going to be nasty watching. I agree. Next season, get another full offseason with these guys. I think even with Amari Cooper here, with an actual offseason with this team, I mean, Lord, sky's the limit, y'all. But again, it starts with getting a better coordinator. Frank says, I'd rather have an old-ass Tom Brady versus a young, no-good Dak. Don't get me wrong, I still root for them boys, but and I respect that, Frank. I mean, you don't like Dak. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You're the type of the fan that wants that old grizzled veteran that comes in and already knows what he's doing. I get that. Me personally, though, I like to root for the underdog because Dak has faced a lot of adversity in his career, in his life, in his football career, whatever. He learned a lot of lessons from his mother that passed away. Rest in peace to his mom. His mom has taught him a lot of good values. So I don't know. I just love Dak as a person. And I think that with the right coaching, I just think that he would be good. And I'm not ready to give up on him yet. But again, Frank, I respect the way that you feel that you don't like Dak. I respect that. A lot of people don't. But it's just we could agree to disagree on that one. So DJ Cobb says Coop, Gallup, Noah Brown, Cedric Wilson. I like Noah Brown too, but for some reason when he's been getting the ball, he hasn't been catching the ball. And that one he had today, I think he would. They should have called a penalty on that one, but they didn't. I think that was pass interference in that end zone. He should have scored right there. Us Cowboys need to veto Linehan and get it. I'll be honest with you. If I could get the Dallas man, I'd go out there and with some signs and be like, Linehan got to go. I mean, we could do that. We get a trip out there. I'm telling you, we could do it. The Cowboys should draft a tight end or safety. We definitely gonna need a safety. I don't know why they didn't re-sign Church, because Church been on this team already. He pretty much knows our defense. You can use him. You don't have to start him. You know what I mean? Like, and his contract ain't got to be big. You pay him the veteran minimum because it's the end of the season. Use him for the playoffs and let him fight for a spot in the offseason and see what he does. And if he doesn't pan out, you can cut him because it's not going to be much on the cap. But I just look at it like that. I don't know. Maybe the Cowboys looked at the film of him with Jaguars and was like, no, thank you. I'd rather use what we already have on this team. Oh, here's a Redskin fan. Oh, y'all should be glad y'all have a franchise quarterback because my skin's got enough to what. Okay, so Redskins fan. I look. I feel bad for you guys. I really do. Because Alex Smith, his injury and he may not be able to play again. I'm glad that we have a franchise quarterback. Now, it sucks what happened to Alex Smith. I pray for him all the time. I really do. Because I never wish injuries like that on a player. So shout out to Alex Smith, y'all. To you as a Redskin fan, I wish you guys luck in getting a franchise quarterback. I know you guys will probably pick up one in the draft next year. Cowboys are basically the Ravens of the NFC. Great defense, whack offense. Yo, you know what's funny, Stevie Mac? I said that the Cowboys were basically equivalent to the Ravens, but on the NFC side. Because you look at it, seemed like when the Ravens win, the Cowboys win, and vice versa. Like their records are pretty much about the same. They're both in the playoffs. Their defenses are doing well, and their offenses are like, they do well some days, and then other days they just drop a whole goose egg, and it's crazy, man. Merry Christmas to you too, Frank Ross. What's with the mask on? Zeke saw his head get turned with no flag. Hey Ross, man, that's the unfortunate thing about it. We don't get stuff called on us, and they don't like Zeke Elliott for whatever reason. This league don't like Zeke Elliott, and anytime Zeke is not going to get any favors. You see how they fined him 3 times this season. It's ridiculous. Yes, we already have an upcoming tight. We do. But they have to utilize these tight ends and help them because again, confidence is everything. If your players aren't confident, they're not going to play well. They said that Gregory almost killed Winston. He did. I think that's why they kept trying to call penalties because there's like Randy Gregory out here wreaking havoc. Now, Randy Gregory is one of those players that pisses you off because he'll make a bonehead play and then he'll come back and win a game for you, or he'll almost lose a game for you. Then he'll turn back around and do a nice play, and you're like, that's Leon Lett 2.0. Randy, when I look at Randy Gregory, that is our generation's Leon Lett. It is. Yeah, and Joey, and you're right about that. Dan Snyder is killing the Redskins right now. I don't know what he's doing with them guys over there. I think the NFC East as a whole, we all are not good. Like we're like the laughing stock of the NFC. Like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, everybody was like, "Oh, NFC trying to do something." But again, we got to do better as a whole, not just the Cowboys, but the whole NFC East. Like we're looked at as like the redheaded stepchild right now of the league. And let's go run the East. Let's do that. We need to control penalties. You good players and held back. I know. And Steven, it happens all the time. Dak gets a run or Zeke gets a run. Positive plays for huge yardage, chunk plays, called back for penalties. And you know why? Because the refs was like, oh no, the Cowboys getting down the field. Let's figure out something. Throw the flag. Stop with that. It's just annoying. Do our defense play well tonight? Still considered about offense. Can only hope they play better in playoffs. Yeah, Cowboy X Factor. Look, we can only hope for our offense to get better. Again, I have no faith in Linehan. None. Zero. But we got to do something. Coco, you good? You got to go outside? No? You good? All right. Yeah, Randy Gregory will get you a couple of penalties a game, and he will also get you some sacks too. So it's almost like you got to love to hate him, if you know what I mean. Is it true the NFL is firing Dak and Zeke for wearing fining them? Yes. I heard that they were trying to fine Dak and Zeke for violating the uniform rules because they wore those sleeves. But again, they don't care about that because they looked at that until we got blown out by the Colts. They wore those throughout our 5-game winning streak, and they were just trying to keep the trend up. I don't know if they got fined, but it was definitely talks about it. Also, nobody is mentioning how we need big plays for special teams. Yeah, our special teams is lackluster. That's where Tavon Austin comes in. You get him on punt and kick returns. That's where we're missing that guy. We had that guy with Switzer. They got rid of Switzer. You get rid of your players that do stuff like that on special teams, and you don't have anybody else to do it. That's just what happened. Any news about Earl Thomas? So Lindell, I'm gonna tell you right now, they're not gonna be talking about Earl Thomas until the offseason. He's still injured, and this season is still on. You're probably not gonna hear anything until free agency, and they may not even. That's even if they still are interested in him. Then we don't have a first-round pick, so they might look at somebody, a veteran somewhere. If it's not him, they're going to definitely get a safety somewhere. That needs to work on his footwork. Yeah, his feet. Oh my God, like you gotta get better at that. That's true. Yep, Gregory Leon Lett number 2. Yes, yep. And DJ Cobb's like, you look at those screens. You get those screens to Zeke. You get those screens. You get some screens to Cole Beasley. Like these guys are small and shifty. Get Cole Beasley out in open space. You get these guys in open space, you're going to get 25 yards guaranteed, at least 18 on those runs. I mean, you got to do that. Yeah, Cole needs to stop returning, but that's not his thing. I don't know why they got him back there. I'd rather Xavier Woods back there or Jordan Lewis back there than him. Yes, Darren, I will say that Malik Collins and Antoine Woods, the human log, they've been big on the inside of that line. Those defensive tackles, they've been strong, bro. Strong. You said Cole always put us at the 10. Look, if you're going to do all that, just fair catch the ball and live to see another day because you don't want to get injured. Stevie Mack, I'm pretty sure at this point, if Randy Gregory sneezes too hard during the play, they'll throw the flag. Yeah, of course they're going to drug test them because that's just what they're going to do. That's the bottom line. It's like the refs are making up new penalty calls for Dallas. And Ross, and I said the same thing during the game when we was at the restaurant, but apparently that play was actually in the rules. That penalty was in the rule book, but it's one of those that they never call. It's like they almost go into the game looking like flipping through the pages, like what can we call on Dallas that we don't ever call on nobody else? That's what I feel like. Still don't trust the coaches. Corey, I agree. Yvonne, what's going on, my girl? I wish Earl Thomas talk would die off. I agree. Because you ain't hear me talking about Earl Thomas. I was just responding to somebody else. I'm not talking about him because he's a non-factor right now. But if they decide to do something with him in the offseason, then that's what they do. But I can't speak on that right now. Has the defensive tackle even practiced? We are thin at the position. What defensive tackle are you speaking on, Dave? Because that particular defensive tackle that we had with that trade, he's not even with us anymore. We didn't keep him. You're talking about Jihad Ward. He's with another team right now. We don't even have him. I feel you, Joey. And like I said, I don't criticize you for having an opinion. I'm sorry that Mark did that, but maybe he just thought you were a troll. I don't know. Because again, Mark gets like a whole lot of trolls, and I guess he can't decipher which one is which. So after a while, he probably hears negativity and think it's a troll and just clicks. But I'm sorry that happened to you. But again, long as you're not in my chat talking like nonsense, if you're talking about football, I don't mind you having an opinion that's different from mine. I can't hate you for that because God gave everybody a gift of choice, a gift of option, and that's what makes us us. Because if everybody thought the same and were the same, we'd be like robots, and there's no fun in that. The rest work for Linehan? You might have something there, Steven. You might have something there. Need to draft a ball hawking safety. I'm telling you. You know what? Wait till this offseason, bro. Let me tell you something. My draft, check me out. Like, don't give up on me, y'all. So this offseason, this is going to be, I guess, my second offseason because I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't even had my channel for a year yet. I actually started my channel, for those of you that are new on my channel, I started my channel. My first video was during the Super Bowl last year when the Eagles played the Patriots. And that was probably my worst video because I was still learning. I was still kind of shy and stuff like that. But I got into my groove now, and I'm so much better than I was before. But like I said, I'm still new to the YouTube era. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys were here when we were at the draft last year, that was a great experience. Our coverage, I did some things on my channel. We were on DMV's channel. Foots was there. Law Nation, Vosh, just the whole crew. We was all there just doing our thing. But I'm going to tell you, this offseason, though, I'm going to be heavily looking at these draft picks, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about, guys that we could potentially draft. Now, and I'm curious to see what the Cowboys do. Since we don't have a first-round pick, Jerry Jones don't like waiting to draft. And I'm thinking that he might try to make a move to try to get another first-round pick so we can have something that's in place. But we'll see what happens with that. Cowboys need just to cut Dave Irvin. You see, the thing about David Irvin, Darren, he is going to – I don't think they're going to re-sign him. His contract is up after this year anyway, so might as well just keep him here and just let his contract play out after the season is over. Scott Lindell needs to get drug tested. You never know. Miami Dolphins offensive line coach got caught. Yeah, Lindell, he do need to get tested. He does, because DJ Cobbs is probably moderator. Yeah, it probably was one of Mark's moderators that blocked you, Joey. Like I said, I don't know. I wasn't on the stream at that time, so I don't know why that happened. Cowboys need to cut Linehan and draft him. Hey, Steven, we could talk about that all day, bro. We could sip on some cognac and we could talk about that. Ross, don't the NFL realize the Cowboys are bringing more ratings and money to the league? And I know that they will. They will. They always do, because people watch the Cowboys not because they like them, because they hate them. I've never seen that. If I hate something, I'm not going to pay any attention to it. That's just me. I'm not going to pay attention to it. I'm not. Because that's just ridiculous. There's a good amount of solid safeties in free agency this offseason. Unless Earl Thomas takes a big pay cut, it's not worth it. I agree, Stevie Mac. I completely agree with that. Because Earl is going to ask for a lot of money. And I don't even know why we're still talking about this. But again, Earl is going to want some money. And we know that he wants to be in Dallas. But we'll see. I'd rather us draft a safety. That's just me. I just subscribe to you, cool dude. I appreciate you, Frank. I really do, man. I appreciate the love. Yvonne says, I love our young team, but just like young children, we need to be guided and work. You're absolutely right with it. It's like a child learning how to ride a bike. We have a young team and they need to be groomed. Damn, Yvonne, you're awesome. I could not have said it better than that. You're absolutely right about that. Ross, isn't Humphreys going to be a free agent? I think we should get him. You talking about the Tampa Bay's Humphrey? I don't know. I could see them going for them, but yeah, I don't know. The Cowboys don't do a lot in free agency. They believe in drafting. That's their thing. I saw Jordan Lewis on the field a lot more today. Was Anthony Brown bench? No, Anthony Brown. I don't know if Joey, you probably didn't see my last video when I did the matchups, but I said in that video that Anthony Brown had he was having back spasms, so they didn't play him much because of his back spasms. So that's the reason why Lewis was in there, because of Anthony's back. Ross, we need to address Linehan going into the postseason. Play calling chance of ace. I want them to do like a round table with like the real true diehard fans. Even if it's YouTubers, even if they invite the Cowboy YouTubers, because I know the Dallas Cowboy brass. I know the editors and Nick Eatman and all them, and I've met all of them. I know all of them. They can see our channels. So I'm pretty sure that even if they invited just the Cowboy YouTubers out to just have a round table and just talk about these things from a fan perspective, we can have a legitimate conversation about it, because I know enough about this team to speak on it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that would be awesome. But in a perfect world, that would be great. But I don't think that will happen. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that, because you know why? They don't give a damn about what we think. And Jerry Jones is not gonna listen to the fan base unless we just boycott the team in general. Stop buying NFL stuff. Stop supporting the team by going to the stadium. Stop buying stuff at the stadium. And if he sees that the team, the fans stop supporting, then maybe because the only way you're gonna hurt Jerry Jones is hurting his pockets, and that's not gonna happen, because we love our Dallas Cowboys too much to even want to even do that. Yeah. So I mean, that's not gonna happen. My Cowboys fan was controlling. If that's the real Cowboys family, then yes, because there was a troll of you, there was a troll of Vosh, there was a troll of Mark, and they were all fake accounts. So I don't know if it's real or not. Let me know if it's really you. E2 for offensive coordinator. Let me tell you something, man. I would probably be a better linebackers coach, because that's the position I play. Hope we hang on. Yeah. And Joey, we got to hang on to Chris Richard because I mean, the thing that he's doing with the defense right now is I'm loving it. Yeah, stop watching the games. It's hard for us fans to stop watching the game. It's like we hate what's going on right now, but it's just hard to say that. Okay, all right, yeah, because no reason why I said it because there were trolls in here earlier, the fake accounts and stuff. So I didn't know who was real or not. That's why I didn't respond to who was making those comments because they were saying some weird stuff. And again, I know the real my Cowboys family doesn't talk like that. And I know it wasn't the real Mark because Mark is like going to Waynesboro right now. He's not even online right now. So that's why I knew it was fake. Yes, 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 yes. We need to get the true crown is winning these playoffs. I agree with that. We got to get in there. We got to get through these playoffs. Um, again, you can't get happy. You said me and Michael Andy finished streaming at the same time. Yeah, I know. He told me he was. And I know it's probably going to be split. That's probably why I only have 60 people in here. Ross, this is my first time on here. I wanted to be on here more. Wait, dang, I lost the string. Where we at? Draft tight end can stretch the field. Yes, Kevin. Um, I think the tight ends that we have can be better. Give them another off season and see what they can do next year. Yeah, but this team has to start using their players more. That's the problem. I can't get a good. I can't determine where these players are because the coaches are not utilizing them, and that's the thing that frustrates me a lot. I've been filming Godzilla and New Highs. Oh, that's what's up, Ross. Good with that. Like, shout out to you in Hawaii doing your thing out there, man, with the filming thing. Like I said, I have my degree in broadcast communication, so that whole film thing and my dream was always to be an actor in life, and I could never break out into the scene because it's so cutthroat, man. It really is. I feel like I got so much talent, and it just nobody sees it. It is what it is. My Cowboys family, thank you too so much. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Always love the support, man. Yeah, Derod, he did take this defense to a whole nother level. Um, with him and the genius mind of Rod Marinelli, this defense could do great going forward in the future. You're welcome, Yvonne. I know I'm late getting to you. I'm sorry. I was trying to read all these comments. Who do I think would be a good offensive coordinator for this team? Go get Lincoln Riley, man. Go snatch up Urban Meyer because I heard he went back to Ohio. I think he um, rescinded his retirement. Um, who's the other guy? Hell, if North Turner don't stay with the with Carolina, go get him too. You said Michael Anthony Fitness being negative though. Michael Anthony Fitness right now is not loving the Dallas Cowboys right now. He's on this kick where he's not supporting the team. He's not wearing any jerseys or anything right now. He's wearing his own clothing because he doesn't support Scott Linehan. And again, that's how he feels, and I respect him for his opinion. But I'm still gonna wear my Cowboys stuff because it's to me it's more than Scott Linehan. Scott Linehan does not represent the team, in my opinion. He's just one piece of it. What's going on, Cal Glasgow? I didn't haven't seen you in a while, bro. Where you been at? Oh, appreciate it, Victor. Man, I got it from fanatics.com last year. I had it for a whole year. I just, kept it away. I haven't. This is only my second time ever wearing it, and I've had it for a year. Linda, what happened with Law Nation, Linda? Did he block you or something? Did you try to message him? Hit him up on Twitter. Send him a message on Twitter. My Vanity Fitness reminds me of how I used to be, talking every play, taking every play to heart. But I built a tolerance to bonehead plays, which we do. Yeah, I mean, you get older and you realize it. Michael Anthony Fitness, he's still young, so he's still learning. It is what it is. That's my homie though. But I look at it like this. I look at it like this as you got to have patience to be a Cowboy fan, and it's not easy being a Cowboy fan. It never is, because one thing sometimes you got your own fans that are not really fans against you. Got to fight with that. Then you got the league, which don't like the Dallas Cowboys and the bias against them. Then you have fans of other teams in your ear like this, and it's definitely hard for me, Mark, and Michael Anthony Fitness living here in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, because we have to deal with Redskin fans all day long. Sometimes I'll be driving Lyft sometimes, and I'll be picking up Redskin fans, and they'll see my floor mats in my car, and they're like, "Oh, you're a Cowboy fan?" I'm like, "Oh, well, if you don't like, you get out. I could cancel this ride if you want to. It's not a big deal for me. I'm driving, so I could get home. It's up to you what you want to do." So, but that's just how I feel about that. And it's funny because I feel like it's more of Cowboy fans here in the DMV than Redskin fans, and the Redskin fans don't like that. They hate that. They're always talking about on the radio, "Oh, have y'all ever been to Dallas?" Bro, I go to Dallas every year. Like, I love my team to death. And first of all, I'm not a native of this area either. So, Indiana is my true home. So it is what it is. I've been a Cowboy fan my whole life. My family growing up was split. Half of my family were Bear fans and half of them were Cowboy fans. The Colts were a new team. They had just got there at that time. So nobody was really rocking with the Colts like that because they didn't know them. So they were either Bears or they were Cowboys. I followed my uncle when I was 3 years old. Never forget it. I got my first Dallas Cowboy t-shirt, and I wore that thing out. I wore it all the time. And as I got older, I did research on the Cowboys, and I loved the game of football to the point that I wanted to play it. And when I started playing it myself, I said, that's what's up. And, here I am, a grown man in my 30s, still repping my Cowboys. I actually got this little light that I have in my cabinet here, my little Cowboys star lamp. I got that in Texas when we were at the draft. So that's I'm still working on things in my man cave. I'm gonna show you guys some of the different things that I've collected over the years. Mark definitely has way more stuff than I do because Mark is a freak when it comes to stuff like that. But his man cave is like 3 times bigger than mine. I just have a small room here. But again, this is my own room. I play my video games here. I do my live streams here. I do most of my videos here. I put my little thing on the wall here myself, and it's my little sacred area. Yeah, I saw we went to the store today. They had a sign with the Cowboys Street, Cowboys Avenue, whatever. I think I'm gonna go back and get that to put on my wall too. So, just to have some decor in here. Let's see what we got. I've been in the fan for 42 years, and the BS damn near makes you need to get nervous. Yvonne, I feel you. Rooting for these Cowboys will have you in the hospital. You will definitely be stressed out watching these Dallas Cowboys. I'm telling you, like high blood pressure, heart attack, strokes, hypertension, all of it. I mean, you just go in there with your Cowboy gear. They already know what you're in there for because it's crazy. Ross, do I play Madden 19? I actually have. I have Madden 19, but I haven't really. I played the little story mode on Madden, but I haven't really been playing it much because I've been on Fallout. I've been playing Fallout 76, so I've been on that heavy. I'm trying to get through that right now. You said I don't look a day over 21. Well, I appreciate that. Well, you know what they always say, black don't crack unless you own crack. So, that's my motto, and that's what I live by. And I take care of myself, so I don't. I appreciate the compliment though. But yeah, I'm 33 years old, so I'm not old yet, but I'm not young either. I'm a Cowboys fan and a family full of Redskins fans. I know the meaning of riding solo for my boys when we win crickets, when we lose, they come. Yeah, no, trust me. I hear you, Joey. I hear you. Um, yeah, because I'm around Redskin fans all the time, and it's annoying. They're the most annoying fan base ever. Michael Anthony Fitness rants are hilarious. Yeah, he's hilarious. He will sacrifice being demonetized for his rants sometimes, and you know I respect him for that. You know, he be going off. He goes off because I mean that's what he does. I mean that's his style, and I that's what he does. I respect it. What a Christmas present for me. 2018 NFC champs. Right, holler, we them boys talking about. Beast of the East, America's team. I love my boys. Yes, Alan. Yes, that is the ultimate Christmas present. And again, amen to that. Are you going to play Fortnite? I'm not a Fortnite guy. I feel like the youngins play Fortnite. I just don't like Fortnite. My godson, he's 15. I normally have him in the summertime. He's with me every summer. He comes over here and he plays this Fortnite here. I'm not into it. I'm on PS4. My screen name is EDub with 2 X's before and after it. E-DUB. But I'm on PS4 though. Red Dead Redemption. I still need to get that though. That's my next pickup. You said if I wasn't a Cowboy fan, I'd look even younger. I feel you, Steve. Because being a Cowboy fan and rooting for this team, when we're on here, I'm telling you, it will age you. It will age you some years. It definitely will. Victor, you said me and Mark are your favorite YouTube. I appreciate it, man. I trust me, I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm still new to the YouTube game. I think this year's Super Bowl will be my year anniversary having my channel as E2 Blue. So, you know, I'm probably going to do a big old live stream for that. I'm definitely going to do something for the Super Bowl, depending on where I'm at. I don't know what Mark is doing, but I got to work my schedule around Mark because I never want to do a live stream up against Mark because I can't compete with Mark because he has way more subscribers than I do. Yeah, Stevie, we all look younger. You damn right about that. What do you think of Marinelli? Do you think he retires soon? Looks like it hurts for him just a Yeah, Joey. Marinelli said that he was going to retire soon. I don't think that he had a particular date in mind, but I think with the I think the plan was for us getting Chris Richard for him to take over from Marinelli. Excuse me, once he retires, and I think that he will take over that position and be the defensive coordinator for this team. But the Cowboys got to do something because other teams are looking at Richard right now. You don't want to lose him. You do not want to lose him. Victor said, "How do I know Mark?" Oh, that's a funny story. So I met Mark. It's weird. One day I was just online on YouTube searching Cowboy stuff, and I found his channel, and I was following Mark, and I was watching some of his videos. Oh, he's cool. And I found out he lived in Virginia, and I saw that he was selling shirts, and he was talking about going to doing a live stream up at Crystal City Sports Pub, and I was like, okay, so let me go up there. So the Cowboys group that I'm affiliated with, they were up there too. So I just came up there one day and Mark was there, and I didn't know who Mark was, but he was selling his t-shirt. So I was like, well, I'll go ahead and support him. He seems like a great guy. So I bought one of his t-shirts. And when I first met Mark, he kind of like blew me off at first, but I don't think he did it on purpose because his wife was there, and his wife was like, hey, he's trying to talk to you, blah, blah. So when I saw Mark again, he put me on his channel and was talking about the team. And I think that whoever was in that live stream, some of the fans, I don't remember who they were at the time, said, hey, I like this guy. What's his name? Does he have a channel? I didn't have a channel at the time, but I was following Mark, and you know, I had a lot of knowledge to give. So they liked the fact that the chemistry that Mark and I had when we did the live stream together. So Mark was like, oh, this guy's cool. Let me put him on. So as I started being around Mark, we got cool. And me and Mark got tight after that. So I have actually only known Mark for a year, and I feel like I've known him for a long time. When you guys see me and Mark go at each other all the time and joke with each other and talk stuff to each other all the time, it's all love, man. But sometimes when you meet people, you just click. And me and Mark just clicked like that. We created the Cowboys conglomerate. We added Law Nation to that. Vosh Lombardi, shout out to Vosh Lombardi, Doski Woski, my brother. And we just grew. Foots came on board. DMV Dallas Cowboys came on, and then this is what we have now, our Cowboys conglomerate. And now that I have my own channel and I'm doing me, I start to have my base, and you guys are here, and I appreciate you guys for the support. I really do. But I will say that's how I met Mark. It's a funny story, but it's weird. But we're all cool now. I understand. Work with these fans talking about Super Bowl win last year, talking crap about my boys. Yeah, well, the Eagles were riding high on that, but they haven't really showed much for it this year. But you got to feel happy about the Dallas Cowboys winning the division 3 times in the last 5 years. So that's good, y'all. Hawaii has more West Coast fans, Seattle Raiders, Rams, but hardly any Dallas fans. I mean, Dallas fans are everywhere. We got a lot of them in California. I've never been to Hawaii. I would love to visit. I know you guys got a lot of volcanoes there. And, I know you guys had some tragedies happen there too. So, I always, reach out to people, and I always am sensitive to when people are going through things like the wildfires and people lost their homes in California. And, these natural disasters, when the news tell you guys to evacuate areas, you got to listen to them. And I know that you want to sacrifice what you have and you want to save what you have. Again, your life is important, and you only get one of you. You can't make you. You know what I mean? But any stuff that you lose, like my cowboy paraphernalia, my shoes, my PlayStation, things that you like, whatever that may be, materialistic stuff, you can always rebuy that. But your life is valuable. You cannot have another life. So you have to make sure that you're safe at all times. So, and when I look at things like that, I just say, we all go through things in life, but football is family. Dallas Cowboys is family. When we're all here together and we're talking about the same cause, that's why us YouTubers are here. I'm not getting paid like these ESPN guys. I'm not on here trying to swindle anybody. I'm just here talking to my fellow fans and the fans that here that in this area that follow me, that see me all the time. They show so much love. And again, I'm just a guy. I'm nobody special. I'm nobody important. But again, as a YouTuber, I try to be here to talk to you guys, just to preach about the Dallas Cowboys, because this is what I love and this is what makes me feel good. And when I get the support from you guys, it helps me to better myself as far as a YouTuber, because it gives me the avenue to say, okay, I'm going to continue to do this. And with the support of you guys, it helps me want to do it because you guys want to listen and you guys want to watch. And I appreciate that. Let's see, Mark Croc. What's up, Mark Croc? Defense play lights out. Passing game is bad. Zeke is beast all day. We can learn these. We got was all good. We struggle to pass. Yeah, I don't understand why we struggle. We should not be struggling with passing the ball. We should not. I mean, again, like you said, with those players that we have, it is what it is. We gotta do better. He didn't block me, but I would appreciate how you and Mark Holmes, Law Nation, the Foots, and the rest of the team keep us updated. Yeah, Lindell, like I said, we do the best we can. I know I don't do as much videos as Mark. I don't think anybody does as much videos as Mark does. Mark would do a video on the toilet. He's in the doctor's office doing a video. He does a video at his mama house. I might do a video at my mama house because my mom, for whatever reason, my mom's a Redskin fan. I don't understand that. She's gotta come off of that because my mama's not a native Washingtonian. She's from Indiana as well. And so, she was a Bear fan back in the day. I don't know what happened. She need to get back to that. Love your channel, E2. Got to run, but I'll be back next week for the post-game live feed. Yeah, Joey. I appreciate your support, man. I really do. Shout out to you. Happy holidays to you and everybody that's here. I appreciate all y'all. Make Chris Richard head coach and Charlie Weiss, OC. Yeah, but I want Chris Richard as a defensive coordinator first before he moves to that offensive side, or just being a coach in general. We didn't ink Richard for multiple years. We did. I thought we did for at least 2 years, so we still have him. But what I'm saying is, other coaches, other teams are trying to poach him. They're looking at him. So Cowboys got to make him happy. That's all I got to say. Cowboys Crunk and Cowboys Blog, cool like you too. Appreciate it, man. You guys haven't already checked out Cowboys Crunk. He's also still on blue. Oh yeah, shout out to Cowboys Crunk. That's my homie, man. He's crazy, but he that's the homie right there. I appreciate you, Mark. Victor, how do you make money off of YouTube? Well, Victor, the thing making money off of YouTube, I make pennies. I'll be honest with you. To be monetized, I think the rule is you have to have 1,000 subscribers and I think over 10,000 views or something like that. You have to have that consistently for them to even look you up. And there's a thing called AdSense. So when you have your channel, you basically sign up for AdSense. And AdSense starts watching your channel. And if they see that you're good enough to be monetized, then they'll send you an email. Congratulations, you've been monetized after you apply. So I got monetized actually only like 5 months ago. And like I said, I don't make that much money because I don't have nowhere near the subscribers. Like for you to make real money, like the subscribers that Mark has, like 26,000 or more. Like I've seen people like a lot of who's making the money, like the guys that get up to 1 million subscribers. You look at like the celebrities and stuff like that, they make a lot of money off of YouTube. These gamer YouTubers that have 400,000. I got a guy, a YouTube gamer that I follow. He has 400,000. He quit his job. First of all, I would never quit my job for YouTube because that can go away at any time. But me, I'm making pennies compared to these guys. So it is what it is. E2, you got me through all my injuries, man. I got my shoulder replacement yesterday. Yeah, I remember you were telling me about your injuries, Mark. I've been praying for you, bro, since you told me about that before. That came from all the bodybuilding stuff you were doing, right? Because I saw your pictures online, though. You ripped, dude. Like, bro, like seriously. I'm trying to. Every time I see you on Facebook and stuff like that, I gotta go down and do some push-ups and stuff. Because I mean, my arms and shoulders, like all my chest, like I'm strong too. But I like, bro, like you got it, bro. You got it. But again, like you said, doing that for a living, you tear some things. And like I said, I've been praying for you, bro. Hope you heal up from all of that. What's going on, Pappy? Mike Shanahan for head coach. I don't know about that, Frank. I don't know about that. I don't know. I feel like when you were with the enemy, I don't think you could do nothing. Ross, I found your channel when I was watching Joe Boo. I watched him and then watch it. I appreciate it, Ross. I really do. Again, shout out to you all the way from Hawaii. I appreciate the support. I really do. Yes, great win. Great win. Richard will be interviewed for head coaching jobs, but Jerry Jones has been known for overpaying coordinators, so they're staying down. Yeah, you already know, Justin. You already know, bro. He's gonna overpay to keep him because there's nothing like having a head coach job because you're gonna pick that over being a coordinator all day, every day. Did that big dude who went to the draft with you guys ever make a YouTube channel? Yeah, he was a cool dude. Oh, you talking about I know you talking about. Yo, that's my homie though. He's cool as all. He did make a channel. I forgot the name of it. High flying something. You got Stevie Mac. Go on message Mark Holmes and ask him because Mark knows what his channel is. I don't know what I think it's high flying something. I don't know. But he didn't do that many videos or whatever, but definitely support the boy if he does have his channel up. We them champs. Yes, we are. What's going on, Timothy? How much does Mark make? How much does Mark? I don't know how much Mark makes. You got to ask how much Mark makes. It's way more than I do. I tell you that. I don't rely on YouTube because that's like that's play money for me. That's for me to go out to eat or something like that because it's not much for me. But for Mark, maybe so. I don't know how much it is. You would have to ask Mark. But Mark definitely, what he does with his money, he puts it right back into his channel. He buys all his Mevo cameras because that camera setup that he has is a good $800. Like that stuff is no joke. I don't even have any of that stuff. I just use my regular camera that I have that's mounted on my tripod and my laptop when I live stream. I don't even have a legit microphone yet. I'm trying to find. There's a microphone that I'm looking to get. It's about $250. I'm definitely when I get some more money, I'm gonna try to invest in getting one of those. But again, I'm still new at this, so I'm still finding my way through it. So it's not, I'm still young in the YouTube game, y'all. Schultz look lost on running. Again, he's young and still learning, Pappy. Like again, just like Dak is. The coaches have to do better at getting these guys experience, and you don't get experience if you're sitting on the bench. You got to get out there and do it, and that's the bottom line. I hope that as Dallas Cowboys fan, we go deep into the playoff run with consistency. Yes, we have to go deep, and I'm telling you right now, we cannot be one and done. We got to win a playoff game. Sharon, yes, if they let Dak do him, I believe they would do better. Because if you see, whenever we go and hurry up offense, all of a sudden we start making plays, right? Like at the end of this game. Let Dak do him. He's comfortable doing him. You can tell when Linehan is telling him to do something because he freezes up, and that's when he gets sacked. He ain't getting sacked when he's doing his thing because he knows what he wants. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. Dak is fine. He won 2 division titles in 3. Yes, Justin. He won 2 division titles in 3 years. Tell me any other young quarterback in the league that's done that. Not many, if any. Just comparison, Romo won 3 titles in 11 years. Right. I mean, and, early in Romo's career, not to take up for Romo, but he didn't have the greatest team around him earlier in his career. He did during the latter part of it. He had some players, but it wasn't all that. Yeah, Dave, I did win my fantasy today. Not only did I win, bruh, I still got another player that needs to play tomorrow. I'm not too big on the whole fantasy thing. This is the first time this is actually the 3rd time I played, the first time I actually won. And I was 11-2 throughout the whole season. And I was just kicking ass the whole time. And I won today. And yeah, that $250 is going to be mine. Huh? Who lost to you? I did. I lost to my wife, and she kicked my ass. Yeah, she just Jesus. But she learned from me though, so it is what it is. Where did you get your wall behind you? Okay, so this is the thing. When I bought the house, right, that wall was actually already navy blue. So that was a selling point for me. The fact that we had blue stuff in the house, and I'm just like, yo, this is about to be my man cave right here. So I went on what is it, Etsy? I went on Etsy and I found the vinyl sticker, and I measured the thing and put it up there, and there you go. There's my Dallas Cowboys. So like I said, I'm still figuring out my man cave. I'm gonna do much more things to it as I go along. So I'm just trying to, but I appreciate you liking what I've done so far. But again, shout out to you all the way in Hawaii. I appreciate your support. What's going on, Revis? Hey, did you get your beer, Revis? That's why I told you I was getting the Miller Lights. Yeah. What we got here? I'm about to jump off of here in a minute, guys. But Dave said greetings, Miss E2.
Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Let's see, Frank, Spanish sentence of the day. Puro pinche Cowboys. All right, Frank. What's up, YouTube? Double Sweat. Appreciate it, Nate. If you guys didn't hear, I got it from fanatics.com last year. I've had it for a whole year. I don't know if they have this type, but they have a different type now with lights in it. And you can actually the new sweater, the new Cowboy Ugly sweaters they have now, they have the lights in there, and they have a box where you could connect Wi-Fi to it, to your phone, and you could play whatever music from your phone to the sweater, and you could walk around playing music on your sweater. That's hot. And they're charging $80 for that sweater. And I think I might get that. Think I might get that. Have a good night. Hey, you have a good night too. Hey, Mark, get well, bro. Get that shoulder, get everything together, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna end the stream tonight, y'all. Look, I appreciate all you guys coming through and supporting the channel. We hit 2 hours on here. I appreciate those of you that came here. You guys have been awesome tonight. You wish that all the Cowboys hated that here trade. Yeah, they need to trade sports, Yvonne. They really do. Aloha to you too, Ross. Got to be on set soon. Actors Life. Merry Christmas. Hey, Ross. Hey, you know somebody looking for some actors, man. I come out there to Hawaii, bro. I'm telling you, I'll be on that next thing smoking. Because your boy can act too, so I got some experience. I'll send you the resume. Peace out, Hater Rivas. Justin, good night, bro. Armando. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, all that good stuff to everybody. Hope you guys have a good time with your family and don't drink too much. Feliz Navidad to all my my Spanish followers. I appreciate y'all. I'll let y'all. I'll be doing videos probably throughout the week, so look out for that. And I'll see y'all next time out. Peace out. It's your boy E2 Blue. Y'all know I keep it real, y'all. Y'all have a great holiday. Peace.